Hi everybody, I'm here to report on yesterday's 3-1 defeat at Parkhead by Celtic. And I should start off by saying Celtic deserved to win. They were the better team, far better than us. We had a good spell after we scored for maybe 10 minutes when we passed it about nicely. Didn't make any chances that I can remember. But the good thing was you could hear the Celtic crowd moaning and groaning and getting frustrated and angry at stray passes from the Celtic players, etc. So we had them going for 10 minutes and that was it. The rest of the game, they totally dominated, even when they were just sitting back and letting us have possession. They were in total control. We hit the bar in the 90-something minute, but that wouldn't have made any difference anyhow. So poor show all round. Better team won. What else can I say? They had everything we didn't. They had the hunger to win, the determination, the guts, the strength, the energy, the pace, the intent, the intensity, just everything that the likes of them and Hearts and even the other teams in the league seem to produce, but we don't. So that's our biggest problem, I would say. So Celtic deserve to win. We can't complain. However, here's what I'm going to take from all this. Forget about the goals, etc. I don't care about that. Here's what I'm going to say. Danny Rule, I was on the fence whether to get rid of him at the end of the season. He's made too many mistakes. His attitude's not right. I'd get rid of him in a week's time and start searching for somebody else, because to me, a team's attitude stems from two people, the manager and the captain. The manager just doesn't have the drive, the presence, the fierce ambition that you have to transfer to your players. And ditto Captain Loser, Captain Heroic, who thankfully will be going in 2 games' time, and it's the last I want to see of him. So manager, captain, if they don't have the right attitude, they can't impart it to the players, and that's a disaster all round. You come a cropper too often in this league. So put that aside. Manager picked the wrong team as usual yesterday. As soon as I saw Tavernier was starting at right back, I knew we were doomed, and so it turned out. Then I looked at midfield: Chukwani, Diomande, no Raskin due to injury, inverted commas. So the midfield was hopeless, although wee Barron came in. He didn't really do that much either. And then you had Ant-Man on the right wing. And all I can say is he must have won the pre-match raffle to see who would be given the right wing spot, because he was anonymous, did nothing, didn't even look as if he was trying half the time. I mean, you could have got an 18-year-old boy to run about better than he did and get stuck in more. So he won the raffle, obviously, to get selected for that position. He was a passenger the whole game. Well, the whole game, as long as he lasted. Can't remember how long he lasted, but an absolute passenger. A passenger on the Titanic, for that matter. And behind him, you had Captain Heroic, who was the captain of the Titanic, sinking rapidly. But at least he's got a lifeboat to get him out of here. So good riddance to him. And I mean, one of the goals, a wee chip over the top of Tavernier. How many times have we seen that? He's caught a yard or two behind Tierney, young, fantastically fit Tierney, running away from him. He puts a half-hearted hand up for offside when there's no danger of it being offside, and he lets the cross go into the middle, and from that stems, I think it was the third goal, the overhead kick. Good overhead kick from the wee Ned Jap. So anyhow, team lineup, poor. Tactics, even worse. Subs, too late, too little. Didn't change anything. Manager doesn't react to changes that Celtic make, and he's done that in various games before this. So I'm now in the boat where get rid of him. End of the season. Goodbye, Danny. Away to Wolfsburg. Have a decent career as a coach of a mid-level team. You're not going to make it here. So anyhow, that's the manager and Tavernier as such dealt with. You just knew as soon as Celtic equalised, and then as soon as they scored the second goal in the second half, especially, the game was over. We weren't coming back from that. 2 goals in 3 minutes in the second half. It really was all over. Then it was just a question of how many. Could we just keep it to 3-1? Could we even get one and make it 3-2? Anything to dent Celtic's title ambitions. We didn't want their goal difference being improved by much. But that shows you how bad it is when we're trying to scupper their chances and hope that Hearts win the title rather than have any chance ourselves in the split. So I don't even want to think about the game as such. But let's come to my other rant. Nick Walsh, beaten on VAR. The usual, we know what they're like. I've said it for years. How we didn't hound Walsh out of the game after he gave that red card to Diamandi, I think it was last season, up at Tannadice, where we should have just hounded the authorities until they got rid of him, or at least made sure he never refereed any of our games again. As I've said before, he's the number one anti-Jers referee. He graduated with 100% marks from the Lawwell School of Refereeing, and some of his lessons were put into effect yesterday. So well done to the referee for helping his pals get a step nearer to the league title, I should say. Where do you start? I mean, red card, Ned Johnson. I don't know how many red cards he's escaped in the last 2-3 years. Red card for his flying tackle. Even the commentators described him as flying in, both feet off the ground, flying in, certainly. And he catches Mikey Moore ankle, just above the ankle with his studs. Yellow card. Nothing to see here. Yellow card, despite the fact that Hibs player against Celtic got a red for probably less of a tackle. Earlier in the season, the Celtic right back Donovan did a similar tackle. Actually worse, yellow card for him. But of course, he's a Celtic player. If you do it against Celtic, it's a red. Celtic player does it, it's only a yellow. So that should be a red card. First half, that to change the game maybe. Who knows? Then the Celtic equaliser, nice move, nice cutback, good finish from Yang. And then you look, 3 Celtic players all standing offside in the 6-yard box. The one in the middle is literally 18 inches in front of Butland. 18 inches, he's practically touching him. His whole body's in front of Butland. That's offside. And the commentators are saying, well, the keeper was never going to get to it. He wouldn't have saved it anyhow. That's not the point. That's not the law. That doesn't come into the law. He's in an offside position. He's in front of the goalkeeper. His whole body, he's only inches away from him. He's obstructing his view. That's offside. But no, we give that to Celtic. Doesn't count for them. What else? Oh, the big melee, if you can call it that, in the second half. Romans and Ned Johnson again. Romans is fouled. He's lying down the ground. Johnson gets up. They're at it, 2 of them. Handbags, yellow card for each. Handbags at 10 paces. Few players all around them, etc. What does Nick Walsh do when it all settles down? Books Romans. Okay, that's fine. And you book the other guy concerned, which is, what's his name, Johnson. Oh, but oh no, he's been booked already, so I can't book him. Oh, I'll just pick on anybody. Tierney, you come over here. He was trying to be a peacemaker, actually. I'll book you instead of the guy who should have got booked. But of course, he was in a yellow card. Then, before that, Engels pulls one of our guys' jerseys, pulls him back, foul given, statutory yellow card. Oh no, bringing some over to him. Engels has a wee chat with him. Don't do that again. You're not allowed to do that. Away you go. I mean, that's just a yellow card every day of the week, and yet it just has a wee chat with them. Oh, it's a Celtic player. That explains why. So all that kind of thing. And the laugh was Celtic had 6 players booked. Oh, what a strict referee they had against them. And every one of them, bar one, came when the score was 3-1. The game was done. 10, 15 minutes to go. And all of a sudden, Walsh is booking Celtic players for things that they did earlier in the game and got away with. So the fouls that he just gave us a foul for and didn't book them for earlier in the game, now that the game's over, he doesn't need to worry about any consequences. He's suddenly getting his yellow card out and rightly booking them for fouls, but the same fouls that they were getting away with earlier in the game. That sums them up. Very clever, Walsh. Anti-Rangers, 6 yellow cards. Oh, he was really tough on those Celtic players, wasn't he? I'll let you decide. So anyhow, shambles of a refereeing performance. And before I forget, McLean, Hearts v Motherwell. Hearts Stonewall penalty. VAR tells him to go and look at it. He looks at it and then comes back and says, no, no penalty. You telling me he's not terrified for his double glazing or his wife in Tesco's or his kids at school? Of course he is. The odds are stacked against Hearts, but good luck to them anyhow.